You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast by Rom Wills. Thank you for tuning in. Cooperation is the key. Yeah, you know what? There are people who go through life thinking, oh, it's just me, and I'm just I'm a single person, I'm a lone wolf, and I don't need anybody else, or you get sometimes you get women talking about how independent they are, or people just think, oh wow, I'm just an island. It don't work that way, right? Let me give you two examples. Now, we all know about the goings on in Washington, D.C., the political thing, Democrats versus Republicans, how they fight across anything. Well, as someone very familiar with, shall we say, insiders there, I would say this: they are very cooperative behind closed doors. A lot of the going back and forth is just theater. But to get things done, they have to cooperate behind closed doors. That's why you can get maybe a Republican who will vote on, in favor of something sponsored by a Democrat and vice versa. There's a lot of stuff that goes on, before they even get to the House or Senate floor. But it's the cooperation. In fact, politics is really the art of cooperation. As they said, politics makes strange bedfellows. To get something done, you might have to deal with somebody who you wouldn't want to have in your house for dinner. Unless, it was necessary to get a bill passed or something like that. Another example is in the court systems. We watch the TV shows and we see the prosecutors and the defense attorneys going against each other and talking trash. In real life, they're very cooperative. In real life, they're very cooperative. It's just something to do. They could be standing across the aisle from each other, with a lot of theater and everything. But behind closed doors, they like, yeah, that was a tough case. You got them off. Yeah. So how the kids doing? What's going on this weekend for you? We still got that. We still got those golf times. I'm gonna tell you what. We live in a world that's really based on relationships. That's the most important thing. How you get through life to succeed, you need to have good relationships. And I don't mean just romantic relationships, but to get along with people. Like I can just, when you have people who are very antagonistic against different other people, it always reflects. It always reflects in their level of success. Despite it, people thinking, oh, you can be an asshole or anything like that. Not really. Only time people might put up with it for a little bit because of their financial situation. But trust me, it hurts you. It hurts you in business. It hurts you in life, period. Cooperation as best as possible. Now, it don't mean you have to be everybody's best buddy. But you can get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. And that's a key thing. You get some people who have they're very sociable. In fact, I've seen this on jobs. I've seen people who are very talented, had a lot going on mentally. But since they weren't as sociable, they didn't do as well on some jobs. In fact, I've seen many they call them layoffs, but where I was working, because I've worked for some contractors. Of course, I've worked every place. They would call it RIF, reduction in force. And I've seen a lot of talented people, they would be left off. Talented, well-educated, and then the sociable person would be the ones kept on. Everything is relationships. Cooperation is the biggest key to getting anything, whether even in male-female relationships, cooperation. That's what many men say that they want from women in a relationship. But at the same time, women need that from men. Cooperation in business. You need people to cooperate with you. You know, as I do these videos and podcasts, people are cooperating with me by watching the videos and podcasts. And especially if they sit through any ads, they are cooperating with me. So it's something, you know, you have to, it's a key thing that you have to deal with. It's a key thing that you have to develop. And like I said, you don't have to be someone's best buddy. You don't have to hang out with them like that. In fact, in some cases, it's advisable you don't, but you need to have a good working relationship. You need to have a good personable relationship. That's why in the highest levels of business, politics, power, a lot of things come down to whether or not that person get along with you. You know, diplomacy, a lot of it is just a personal thing. It's all cooperation. Like understanding that no man is an island, no man or woman is an island, but you need the cooperation of others to succeed. I don't care what it is. In business, I don't care what business you have, you need people who are going to cooperate with you just to buy your product or service. Then we have sayings and buts. Even if you have a good thing, if you think about it, let's use a business example. Everybody, you could, whatever you selling, somebody else probably have the same product. In most cases, only difference, only time you might get some like unique product or service or something. Oh, well, actually, product is maybe in the book industry or music industry or something. But when you're talking about basic things like, I don't know, having plumbing work done, customer service, that's cooperation, you know. Just a customer service thing. How you dealing with people? Everything requires cooperation. If you want to lead a movement, if you not even in business, you want to lead some type of social protest movement, you need people who want to cooperate with your vision. That's the key. Seriously, that's what it comes down to. Isn't that people who follow your vision, but they basically saying, you know what, we're down with it. We're going to cooperate. You know, definitely male-female relationships is everything. Everything you need that other person. You know, there's no person. And look, only way that any person is to themselves out here is if they can go off in the wilderness and be able to build their own shelter. Maybe even make their own clothes, hunt their own food, hunt or grow their own food. That's the only way you can do it. I mean, even if you driving down the street listening to this podcast, you need other drivers on the street to cooperate with you enough not to run you over or to run into you. So even on a subtle level, there's cooperation. And that's the key thing. The key thing. So as a person, you have to look at yourself and say, well, am I a person that people can work with? Do I have the type of personality that other people can jive with? And it's a serious question because I don't care how smart you are, how talented you are, what score you got on whatever test, how many 15, 20 degrees you got. I do mean 15. Some people got just more letters after their name than in their actual name. No matter what, you still got to deal with that other person. You know, and people need to think about that. People need to think about that. You know, and unfortunately, it's not something that's emphasized a lot. One of the problems in this culture could be people are given the illusion that they're like, their success, whatever they do, doesn't hinge on other folks. I mean, like I said, I use my example. People still have to listen to my podcast. They still have to buy it. I still need the cooperation. I can write all I want. And, I've done well over 500, probably 600 something, 700 videos or podcasts total if I count all my platforms. I need somebody still to cooperate and just listen to those. And so that's with everybody, every single person. So understand that as you deal with people. Understand that because that's the key. Cooperation is the definite key. So That's it for today. I want everybody to keep rising and transforming. Peace and blessings.